We are so back, baby. Fantastic Four First Steps is going to have us covered in goosebumps from head to toe, and I already know this. When we step out of the theater after watching this movie, we are all going to audibly utter the words, "That was fantastic." Marvel recently released Thunderbolts, and the movie was a huge success. People hail it to be one of the best Marvel movies since Endgame. And one of the main reasons why the movie was so good is because of its authenticity. Marvel, after a very long time, started making movies practically. When was the last time you heard the words Marvel and practical in the same sentence? They built real sets instead of using green screen. They made actual effects and explosions instead of just using CGI. Why is this a big deal, you may ask? Well, Marvel is infamously known for their extensive use of green screens and CGI.
Hey man, how else are they gonna show a talking tree and a big fat purple nutsack?
Shut up, don't be a nerd. You understand what I'm saying? Their use of CGI has gotten so out of hand that you get stuff like this, and this, and this, and the list goes on. When Marvel started off, they used to do things authentically and only use CGI and VFX to improve already existing frames, not make completely new frames. For example, Tony Stark's initial suit ups were one of the most badass things we all watched as kids. When was the last time you saw something like that in a Marvel movie? Thor was just himself, and we only see CGI and VFX being used to make his lightning, not for anything else. This is what CGI is supposed to be used for, not for seeing a green gorilla throw it back. This all changed when Thunderbolts released. Finally, a non multiverse, non woke, street level Marvel movie. And the reason why I keep talking about Thunderbolts is because the movie had so much practicality and use of SFX over VFX, which basically means practical effects. All of the sets in the movie were actual sets. Literally all of them, no green screen. Every single set you saw in the movie was real. Even the void space was done practically without green screens. This gave the movie a completely different look and feel from other Marvel movies. This movie turned out to be an actual cinematic vision instead of just a cheap cash grab. Every single cast and crew member gave it their all to make this movie. The movie had strong character dynamics, an engaging story, and a more darker and mature theme, something you don't see in recent Marvel movies. This movie, being a superhero action flick, explores themes of depression and shame. It has very good depth, unlike recent Marvel releases. The action was coherent and the characters were written so very well, having the perfect balance between maturity and humor. One of the main reasons why old Marvel movies used to be so good is because of the writing. The writers didn't treat the audience like they were stupid kids. The writing was good enough for both children to enjoy and adults to understand. The subtle adult humor mixed with non-corny, non-cringe, non-woke punchlines made Marvel movies enjoyable for anybody. It earned Marvel its well-deserved name and fame. Cut to post-Endgame, Marvel just decided to throw all of that in the trash. Right, so what are all the things that I mentioned which makes Marvel movies Marvel movies? Coherent action, strong writing of characters, not being woke, doing things practically, using CGI to only improve already existing shots. This brings me to Fantastic Four First Steps. From the moment I saw the very first teaser, all the way till the final trailer, I could tell this movie was going to be an absolute banger. All of the sets in this movie are real. They were all actually built and destroyed for making this movie. The retro futuristic New York City that they show in the movie was actually built. Take this little scene right here. Do you have any idea how comic accurate this frame is? For those who don't know, this is the place where the Fantastic Four defeat a mole man, and as a thank you from the city, they get a custom made plaque. That exact same thing can be seen here in the movie. This gives me a feeling the movie might open with a montage of the Fantastic Four fighting classic villains. Oh, and also this entire movie is kind of like a fourth wall break in itself because in this movie, Fantastic Four comics actually exist. That's why the thing directly refers to it as it's only in the cartoons. The sets were practical and absolutely beautiful. I love the entire vibe of this movie. The retro futuristic design is just so appealing to look at for some reason. Absolutely beautiful sets and an even more beautiful car. The Fantastic car in the comics is shown to be a futuristic on-road and on-air car, and they remade the design for it in the movie and gave it a more retro touch to it, and it is absolutely beautiful. Alright, so real sets, real props, real action, and comic accuracy. Authenticity is a check. Next up is how they used CGI in the movie. They didn't just CGI all the characters into the movie, but only used it to enhance the already existing characters. The sets were already built and were only made to look better using the CGI. The effects and the explosions in the movie were done practically, but were improved using CGI and VFX. So using CGI to only enhance, not create, check. Now let's talk about the writing. I know the movie hasn't released yet, but dude, anyone can tell that a lot of thought has been put into writing this movie. I mean, each character isn't just written the way the writer pleases, but written in a way which matches their comic counterpart. Mr. Fantastic is a smart, pragmatic, and worrisome man. Pedro might be the best casting for him. Johnny is a light-hearted, impulsive jokester who likes messing around and teasing others, but isn't completely immature and knows when to be serious. The Thing is a self-aware, gentle giant, and Sue is an empathetic and sassy woman. And we can see all of these characters are just the way they are in the comics. The things they say and the way they say it is accurate to their characters. The casting is questionable as none of them really look like their comic counterparts, but the makeup team has absolutely cooked in trying to make them look as close as they can get. Well, except Johnny. But we don't need to worry about that because Joseph Quinn is an incredible actor, and we can already tell he nailed his role from the trailers. In the recent trailer, we see Sue going into labor and Silver Surfer trying to break in, for which Johnny humorously remarks to not tell him how to fight sexy aliens. This is what I'm trying to say. They take what is already existing in the comics and give it a magic touch. This is what made old Marvel movies feel special. Mature writing that isn't woke mixed with subtle humor. Oh, and also not only were the lines for Silver Surfer great, but the delivery from the actress was even better. You can tell just from her voice that she is doing and saying such things so that Galactus doesn't destroy her home planet. The writing has depth to it. It carries emotion and a sense of hope, dread, fear, and helplessness, all while primarily being an action movie. This is what the writing in a Marvel movie is supposed to be like. This is what the writing in old Marvel movies used to be like. So great writing and great acting is a check. We all know the Thing's iconic punchline, it's clobber in time. A man asks the Thing to say his punchline, but the Thing refuses and says that it's only in the cartoons and he doesn't say such stuff in real life. Later in the trailer, we see Johnny giving back shots. We see Johnny and Ben falling from the sky, and Johnny persuades Thing to say the line right before impact. The Thing keeps refusing, but right as he's about to say, the trailer cuts to a different scene. This little moment is enough to prove us that the characters have good character arcs. Imagine watching the movie and people keep building up the hype for the Thing to deliver his iconic line, and he keeps turning them all down and saves it for what is about to be one of the most badass, goosebump-inducing superhero landings in a very long time. I am getting goosebumps just thinking about what that scene is going to look like and how the audience is going to react to it in the theaters. I swear to God, if I don't get to see some chicken jockey level reaction, I am going to absolutely lose it. Also, the fact that they cut off right before he says it proves that they are saving these special moments for the movie and not just shoving everything in our faces in the trailer itself and killing the hype like most of the recent Hollywood trailers. And there you have it, folks. Everything that old Marvel movies used to have is there in this movie. Deep writing that explores relatable topics, great visuals and cinematography, great special effects and use of CGI, epic soundtrack, comic accuracy, well delivered humor, good character building, good editing, and good marketing. This is proof that the movie is going to be absolutely great. Marvel is so back, and I just hope it continues like this with all their upcoming movies. As usual, I'm the Idiot Cinephile, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are interested in cinema related content. Want to hear my opinions on ranking of all Quentin Tarantino movies? Click right here. Want to watch my review of the F1 movie? Well, then click right over here. Thank you for watching the video. Take care and have a great day.